I'm your co-ghost Anthony,
And I'm your co-ghost, Caylee.
and this is Two Ghosts Review, Daryl Dixon, Season 3. Welcome back to Zombie Season here at Two Ghosts Review, a podcast about TV shows and movies that is also an MCU rewatch podcast from time to time. In this episode, we will be covering Daryl Dixon's Season 3, Episodes 1 to 4, which is our third episode in our zombie season. But before we dive into that, let's kick off the episode as we always do with our poll segment. How are you doing tonight, Caylee?
Why did you have to say it like that?
I don't know, I'm mixing it up, slowing it down.
I don't like it.
Alright, I won't do it next time.
Thank you very much.
Question still stands though. How are you doing on this fine Monday night?
I've got a case of the Mondays.
Okay, Garfield?
Yep. The lasagna would make it better.
Oh,
Carbo load.
you're telling me. I could go for lasagna too. Alright, so we're back with our zombie season here. We're in part 3 of 5, and we're doing Daryl Dixon Season 3. This is the first time that we are, coming back around and reviewing something that we've already reviewed. Like it's the next part of something that we've reviewed. Like, we reviewed Season 2 last year. Now we're doing Season 3. I don't think we've done that with anything yet.
Okay.
I don't know. Kinda interesting.
Did you get another cake?
Did I get it? No. Sorry,
Dang.
I don't have a cake waiting in the closet or something.
Darn.
All right. Well, let's jump into this poll that we have 0 results for. Um,
What?
yeah, we had no votes on this one. It was what season of Wednesday is the best? So, which we kind of already talked about our thoughts. But what has anything changed, or have you become more solid in a decision since last time?
No, I haven't finished it again for any kind of a rewatch, but I think I might have to say season 2 just for the sake of it being more consistent
Okay. Yeah.
and a little more in the correct direction of like season 2 didn't have a bunch of boys trying to be in love with Wednesday, which is not right for the character.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I need to watch them again too, but for some reason, after sitting with it for a bit, I'm leaning back towards season 1. I'd like the boys thing is the biggest problem, but like I feel like Wednesday was better last season. Like, she had better like little lines and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, I think she was pretty stressed for most of season 2.
yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm leaning towards season 1, but I guess it could change the other way. But, yeah, so we are here with episode 1, Daryl Dixon, season 3. We left off with Daryl and Carol going going through the big 9-hour tunnel, heading into that through the bat guano, and they were on their way to London, the UK. So episode 1 here is called Costa de Morte. I think that translates to Coast of the Dead. I think.
You think?
I think. You want to Google translate it?
No, I mean, I really don't know what else that could mean. You can Google
Okay,
translate it,
I'm
but
pretty sure that's what it means.
I
Yeah,
do not believe that there's another explanation for that.
that is it. I'm rolling with that. All right, so let's start this off. Let's go. So we kind of start off with Daryl and Carol like walking through a bunch of scenery. They're in England, I guess, the UK or whatever.
Did we decide on where,
Where what?
like, where in England? I mean, isn't, like, Big Ben and stuff, like,
That's
is it
London.
but the other
I
parts.
don't know. I don't know like specifically. Like I know, like we see these mount or not really mount. I guess it's kind of a mountain. Like the white rock up against the ocean. Like that's a
Oh, yeah.
pretty famous landmark or whatever. Like a
I
natural thing.
don't think I've ever seen or
But
heard of it, but
I don't know where it's like specifically located there. But in England, um, one thing I thought so that this is kind of interesting. They put a quote up coming into the season.
yeah, it was kinda weird.
It felt really weird. Yeah, it was the quote was, "I have my dead, and I have let them go." R.M. Rilke wrote that. Never heard of him, but I did feel like that's kind of that quote was kind of I don't know. It kind of resonated with Carl Carol's um, last situation from last season with Sophia hallucination and all that. Like I felt like like she kind of let her dead go.
Yeah, it made me think about, Step Brothers, but yeah.
Elaborate.
We're opening with a quote.
Oh, okay. What was that quote? It's from George Bush, right?
Oh, something about, the heart of America is where, something about families where wings take dream instead of where dreams take wing.
Yes. The quote is, "Families is where our nation finds hope, where wings take dream."
There we go. Yes, arguably better than the other quote.
It's meant to be funny.
It's not meant to be funny. I'm sure he was dead serious when he said it.
I'm sure George Bush was dead serious when he was supposed to say it in the context of Step Brothers. Where wings take dream.
It's very befitting.
Uh, my goodness. Anyway, so yeah, we see Daryl and Carol walking through England. Um, this is the first time Carol brings up some hot dogs in a can that she has.
Makes me want some hot dogs in a can. You know, the only hot dogs in a can I've ever seen are Vienna sausages, and honestly, I love
That's
those little
so
doggies.
gross.
I love
Like,
them. Oh, it's so good, but you have to rinse off the jelly.
ew, they're in. See, I don't even mess with them. What?
Well,
They're in jelly.
sometimes it's jelly-ish and sometimes it's not.
That's so disgusting.
You just gotta rinse them off. They're good. Don't worry, I'll get you a can. You can try
No,
them.
I don't want a can. I'm good.
Ooh, there's so more for me.
Well, these I don't know how long those last, but I feel like that these hot dogs are gonna be no good when they open
I
them.
bet they're in jelly when they open them.
Oh, that's gonna be so gross. Full length hot dogs in jelly,
It's better if they're
jiggling around in a can.
it's better if they're little.
I'd say yes. It. I mean, uh, the bigger the hot dog, the worse it sounds to me.
Brats and jelly.
Yeah, that's bad.
Sonic coney dogs and jelly.
That's worse. The like thin, long ones. That's gross. she's got her can of wieners and jelly,
She
and
must have liked Vienna sausages in the past because she's excited about them.
yeah, she's like, oh yeah, we're gonna save these. We're gonna open them on a special occasion or something. Like they're a treat. I'm not with Carol on this, but clearly you are.
I didn't think about Vienna sausages until just now. And you know how many times these hot dogs have been brought up?
So many times.
Yeah, so I just
It's
realized, hey,
the running
Vienna
joke.
sausages.
Well, anyway, they're walking and talking. They're talking about these hot dogs. But I think it's Daryl that brings up um, that there's no walkers around. It's like pretty quiet. Like there's no people, no
I
walkers.
feel like most of the UK has been that way.
Like in this, what do you mean?
I may have been mixing.
France with the UK or
No,
Spain?
no, like Maggie.
You're mixing Dead City with Daryl.
Maybe, I don't know. I just feel like lately there haven't like a lot of foreign countries. I know that that isn't foreign, but like it's
Uh,
a city, so it's just getting lumped in with all these other foreign city scenes and stuff.
mm,
But like there's been a lot of super established communities in like remote areas, and then the cities were evacuated properly.
yeah.
Like when Carol, um, maybe a poor example, but when Carol is on that island or whatever it was with the dude, the plain dude with the ladies that were like, "We're gonna repopulate."
Oh yeah.
They're
Well, that
really
that
they're
felt kind of remote. Like
yeah, but I just feel like there's been a lot of situations where there were not walkers as much over in any other place other than America.
mm. I felt like there was an okay amount in France, but I do agree that especially as we get into the season here, I just feel like yeah, like walkers aren't around that much, and when they are, they're like nothing. Like
They're either nothing or they're fresh, which
yeah,
is truthfully how it should be at
but
this
like
point in the
I guess
apocalypse.
yeah, yeah, it probably should be like that, but it is kind of sad because it's a zombie show.
Yeah.
But like yeah, sometimes I forget about the fact that zombies are in this until somebody dies and then they turn and they have to put them down. And
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, you gotta put them down again."
Yeah, the danger is really like the danger at this point for them is other people and then like their own, if you feel careless,
Mhm.
because really they are not a super threat unless like they get into later there's a large amount of them, but you can wait that out. Like again,
Yeah, yeah,
it's carelessness. You need to be aware of your surroundings to be able to get out of a situation, and they had time to get out of that, but, things
yeah,
escalated, so, yeah. It's just a little unfortunate that they're not the main threat anymore, or, I don't know, just not as many interesting things are happening with them anymore, which I've complained about multiple times.
yeah, I think there's, like, possibility for interesting things, and I blame Scott Gimple for the repetitiveness of what's going on right now with Walking Dead, but, um, I think he's too focused on, like, if you see any recent interviews, he's too focused on saying, like, we're working on future stuff, and I'm really interested in seeing more in other places around the world. Like it seems like he's just more interested in like a world tour than like a connected story,
You can
you know.
completely restart The Walking Dead in a different area of the world.
You could, but it's
Stop
like it
dragging
seems like
people
he's
into
just
it.
hopping around. Like,
Stop hopping around. Pick a country, pick
yeah,
an area, and do it. Or, you
yeah,
know what you can do? Pick like 3 areas and make a story from the very beginning to how they link up.
Yeah,
Like, do whatever you want, but
you could start
you have to
over.
start
Yeah,
from the beginning of the apocalypse so that it's interesting.
there is another thing which we'll get to later on in this review, but there might be a way to continue some stuff, some connecting stuff, um, via kind of what popped up in the not the latest episode, the third episode, but we'll get to that. Um, let's jump back here to yeah. So they're walking through there. There's not a lot of walkers. Daryl says that he was so young when it started. Like
Nah,
Daryl and Carol are the same age, okay, or pretty close. So
are they?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
What?
yeah. So it's like
Are you thinking you fact check yourself?
okay, let's check. I'm just gonna go off of the actors' ages because we don't actually know
Mm,
the characters' ages.
I feel like Carol has at least 10 years on Daryl in universe, just from where she was in her life and the age of Ed. Like at the youngest, Carol was like 45.
So Carol, or well, Melissa McBride is 60 years old, and uh, Norman Reedus is 56.
Norman Reedus, I, you
So
know,
4 years.
he practices no skincare. He has no.
Mud is his
The
skincare.
only self care routines he has are like what the makeup departments do on various jobs. So I don't understand how he's only 4 years younger and seems a lot younger.
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to say like his character is younger. I
I
don't
don't know.
know,
Her
but
gray hair is just, I guess, what does it.
yeah, yeah. She's had gray hair for so long. My
She's like,
goodness.
what, Steve Martin?
Yeah, yeah. Be weird to see her with whatever her hair color was when she was younger. Um,
White.
white. That's so young and vibrant. So Daryl's sick of fighting other people's fights. That's kind of a running theme throughout the season.
I don't believe him.
I I do at this point with coming off of what just happened. I believe it.
Yeah, well, if he had just stayed
Um,
focused on going home, wouldn't have
oh
been a
yeah,
problem.
he should. Yeah, yeah. Definitely comes off hypocritical um,
Yeah, Daryl's a
throughout this,
jerk in
but
this season.
I also can see why he's feeling that way because especially with Isabella's death last season. But um,
Good riddance.
yeah. So they rock up at London's gates, and there's like an overrun gate entrance. Still no people, just a bunch of corpses. Um, and they head into the city. Then we get the new intro. What did you think of the new intro?
I liked the new intro.
Feels shorter than the other one.
I don't
It's like
know. You
usually
know
pretty
what I
quick.
feel about all these intros, including Fear? Every intro since they changed the Walking Dead intros, I just feel like it was all made with AI.
Really?
Yeah, like it sucks. It's lazy. They made it with AI and it's boring.
Yeah, this one feels to me. This one feels the most made, most looking like it's made with AI. But
I don't know. I just like the style of it better than the others, but
mm,
all it again, it doesn't really matter because I still don't super enjoy it. It's just not quite as bad.
I like it. I like the music in it, and like the faces melting, kind of the look more like skeletal
Hmm.
almost. But that really only happens like 2 times I think in it, and the rest of it I'm not like that psyched about. But um, so they're walking through the city now. They see a mind the gap sign that says now it says mind the squid. Um, then we get a cool. I always love a city set for Walking Dead. but especially like this where we have overgrown walkers, like we have like weeds and vines and stuff like growing through them and all that. I like that. Um, but they start to wake up. They're like dormant. They start to wake up and they start to attack them. And they find this building to go into, and Carol's trying to open the gate while Daryl like fights off a horde that's coming in at him. Um, but Carol gets the gate open and they get in.
I
Uh,
liked that because they weren't screaming at each other, trying to communicate. He was just like, "Okay, I'll kill them. You can get it open.
yes,
It's
they,
fine. We're not panicking. Just do it."
you can tell they're seasoned, like for sure.
Well, that like, I trust you to get it open. I trust
Yeah,
you to kill them. That's fine.
yes, yeah. But yeah, like yeah, it does show their trust for each other, but it's also like they're being quiet too. I feel like when we see other characters that are kind of like stupid, they're like yelling at each other, like "Get the gate open!" Like
Yeah.
being obnoxious about like yeah, they just like are quiet. They know what their jobs are, and they know that to trust each other, and they know how to do these. They know how to do this. They've done it over and over and over again. So yeah, they get through this gate and get it closed off, and they kind of search the building. They find an apartment. I doubt it is. I think they just started filming in Spain right off the bat, but this totally looked like Isabel's old apartment in like the flashbacks in the previous seasons.
You did say that when we were watching it, but I don't really remember. Like her nice fancy one from like right before it happened, and the
Hmm.
beginning of the apocalypse situation.
Yeah, yeah. It was mostly the fireplace in that apartment, like that part of the apartment that made me think that.
Mm.
But
Foreign architecture.
yeah, maybe it's just similar. Um. So yeah, they're searching this apartment, and they're being pretty quiet. Like I don't think there's any music playing in the background or anything like that. Um, but it's like out of nowhere, two walkers just like are on top of them, especially Daryl. Like he's just standing there, and then like he like turns a little bit, and there's one like "Rah!" like right up in his face.
Yeah, to me, it felt like this was one of the parts where I felt it not necessarily true because again, like you said, they did just come out of nowhere, and normally they make noise,
Mm.
the whole time they're wandering around.
I
But
mean, this does happen from time to time in
it
Walking
just
Dead.
felt like they got in there and they're like, okay, just start looking for stuff. Like they didn't clear the area, they didn't check their surroundings. They just started
Mm.
like scavenging.
Yeah.
Which, like, yeah, sure, the whole city might have been empty the whole way there for the most part, and then the horde was outside. Like, you think you are good, but,
Mm.
like, you can't get cocky with it because that's when stuff happens. Not that they necessarily were, but I felt like that's what they were trying to portray is just like, "Okay, hurry, let's just get some
Go through
stuff," and
everything.
yeah.
Yeah. I also felt like they kind of were searching a little bit at the beginning there, and that's why I was like, how did they miss these guys?
Yeah,
But another thing with it is like, yeah, like I said, this happens from time to time where all of a sudden there's a walker on somebody and they never heard anything. Um, and I get it a little bit more outside because there can be other noises outside. Like if the walker is truly quiet, like it's not making noise, then maybe like there's other noises of nature outside. But inside, it's quieter and it felt like it was like really quiet
they were being too loud.
in
They
there.
looked around to make sure there was no signs of someone actively living there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then started digging around. They didn't look for walkers, they were just like, make sure it doesn't look like someone has, consciously been moving things around.
Yeah. Uh, um So yeah, these guys pop up out of nowhere. Carol uses a fire extinguisher to kill one. Wasn't the biggest fan of that kill. Um, the walkers also moved pretty fast. Seems to be like more of a constant thing now.
Yeah, these things are supposed to be starving.
Yeah,
There's like later we found out there's one live person in the city.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I just like, is this hinting at them still them being like fast walkers around,
I think it's just them being
or is it just lazy?
inconsistent.
Yeah, I, yeah. That's something that kind of upsets me because it was a big deal when we saw that end credit for um, World Beyond.
And that was it. Nothing else
Yeah,
has been done about it, and I think that we just need to
and
drop
I
it.
know I feel I yeah. It's just frustrating.
What
Um,
was World Beyond for then?
yeah, especially when you kill off the CRM pretty quickly. But I might have more to say on that a little bit later. So they decide that they're gonna fight their way out in the morning. Stupid. They should not be making that kind of decision. These two seasoned veterans of the apocalypse. They have options. This is what I was thinking. I was like, you guys aren't gonna try to do the guts trick. You guys aren't gonna try to go on the rooftops. That's what I was thinking
Yeah,
in
there's
that
no way you
moment.
guys have searched the whole building, and you can't. Yeah, you can't go across the roof.
Yeah,
In these, yeah, and
that's like immediately what I was
I
thinking.
feel like especially in like London or Britain, even like anywhere over there, the UK.
Hmm.
If you're in a city, I feel like everything is like a row house almost.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
everything is super connected,
yeah.
and you can't, get a whole block down the road before you have to make a decision.
All you gotta do is get some zip lines set up. Dead city it. Yeah. I think they could find something to help them get from roof to roof. There's got to be
It's
something in
just
that
because they
building.
weren't putting effort into it because they weren't going to have to do it.
Yeah, yeah. And we also see kind of like a off in the distance some sunlight signaling off in a distant building, and Daryl tries to signal back.
How did how did the person over there know to do that? Like what tipped them off?
Maybe they had a binoculars or something, and they were looking around. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It was just super far away. Like I don't think you'd be able to see the horde at the bottom of the street from there.
No, well, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't be able to see that because of the height of the buildings. They're like down in there. But um, so we go to night, and then we have our man show up. Neville shows up.
And who is Neville again?
Neville is Stephen Merchant, a British comedian.
Well, he wasn't very funny.
He wasn't trying. Well, he was trying a little bit, but not like overtly funny. It was a more serious role. Um, but yeah, he drops in with some rabbits, and I liked his little. I don't know. It just screamed British to me. I don't know why, but like he dropped in with like a bicycle helmet on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that seems British to me for some reason. Um, but it really did look like he was like rappelling off of the all
Oh
of the
yeah.
buildings and climbing and everything.
Very whimsical British.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the last guy alive. He's the only real true British person left in the world.
uh,
Like in here, like Wallace.
Wallace. Yeah. See, so he is. Yeah. He tells him that he is the last man standing.
Which at that point I was suspicious of.
Yeah, me too, a little bit. But it does turn out that he really is, and that's pretty amazing for for the UK, the fate of the UK.
Mm, well, pretty like scary. It's gone.
Yeah, the whole city. But that explains why, like, outside of the city, it was very quiet. It just pulled more in, is what I'd assume. It's like,
Yeah, well,
you know,
yeah, set them
it gets
off and
overrun, it gets loud, people screaming, then it's walkers, and then
people
yeah.
screaming.
Well, yeah. I mean, we learned that like there was some back and forth, like some civil unrest after a while,
Oh yeah.
and situations like that, and then it turned into violence, and um, then people started turning. So there's some loud stuff going on. And, hey, that's what happens. You guys need to live more peacefully.
So it's the American.
Yeah. uh. Anyway, so they talk about the squid nickname.
This is ridiculous.
It really is. I wrote it all down. The whole
Yeah,
thing that he said, I
break it
wrote
down
that
for
whole
me
thing.
slowly because he went pretty fast.
It makes no sense. I don't know what these like. I don't know what. I feel like I hear this every now and then from the Brits, like Cockney sayings or whatever, but they make zero sense. I don't know what the like connections are here, but here it is. This is how we got to um the the dead being called squids. We start with departed souls, soles of the feet, feet, plates of meat, meat, pie, dog's eye,
Huh?
dog bone, phone, phone your mate, china plate, plate and cup, cup of rosy, Rosie Lee, tea, teapot lid, quid, quid, squid.
Did they call them all of these things and gradually get to squid?
I don't know. I don't know. How do you do that? Like,
They were calling them lids at one point.
how does everybody know that this is the explanation? Like,
Well, he's the only one there, so maybe it only makes sense to him.
maybe, yeah, maybe he's the
Maybe
he
he's
made
the
it
one.
up.
He's the one who took it from departed souls to squid all on his own, one man thing.
What a jump!
Like, why would they call them meat pies?
I, meat pie is just plates of meat was before it, so we made that jump to meat pie. I don't know how you get from feet to plates of meat other than it rhymes.
Yeah, strange. Okay.
Um. So yeah, then Carol kind of starts to like try to convince Neville to come with them because they realize that he has a boat.
They're like way overly pushy here.
They
Like
are super
again,
pushy.
I feel like this is just like poor writing.
Yeah, yeah. It is. It did feel. Yeah, they felt very like on the offense. Like Carol said, we could all go to America together, and then Neville suggests that they could stay there and see the Queen in Buckingham Palace. So he's talking about that, and then Daryl like cuts him off or comes in sharply with, "Where's your boat?"
Yeah, where's your boat? Really?
Like, they're like not Daryl, especially like this entire season. Is like he just ignores what people are talking about. It's like, we need to get to America. Where's your boat? Can you fix my boat?
Daryl, he had
Where?
a boat um coming to take him to America,
Yeah, he did.
and he turned around.
This is on you, Daryl. Right? But then I did like this. Like, I mean, it is kind of Carol's manipulative nature, but she throws out, "Don't you want someone to miss you?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, I felt it on his end. Like that kind of hits if you've been alone for so long. Like, that would be nice, you know,
To literally know anyone?
to know somebody, and if I do die or something, that they'd miss me, or, something like
Well,
that.
she wasn't talking about people, if he dies, want someone to miss
Yeah, but
him,
I
but, like,
mean, yeah, I know,
it's like how excited he was to find them.
yeah,
Imagine a whole bunch of people.
yeah, people that care about him because he's part of
Yeah.
their community, yeah. So Daryl and Carol say that they can sail. They pitch it to him that they can
Yeah,
sail,
right.
yeah, and he says, "Alright, well, we'll meet you out front at 10 in the morning."
But again, I ask, didn't Carol go away on a boat for a little bit?
She did, and I just don't remember how much she was learning on that.
She went by herself, and I thought she
No,
was
I thought it
gone
was
for
a
a
crew.
while.
It was a crew.
I thought she was by herself for a while
No,
after she was, like, hallucinating or something.
she went off, but I think there was multiple people on it, and it was quite a large ship. Like, not a ship, but like a boat, from what I remember.
Hmm.
I think. I don't know. I haven't watched. I think that's season 10 of Walking Dead. I haven't seen it in a while. Um, but yeah, so 10 in the morning, Big Ben goes off. Love it.
Why only at 10?
He set it up to go off at 10. He when he meets up with them, he talks about how, like, he knows how to work the clock
He knows
now.
how to work Big Ben, but he didn't learn how to sail his boat.
I guess not. He didn't want to go nowhere. He had everything he needed in the city. It is kind of
Right.
nice if you're the only one in the city. There's plenty of supplies for you. There's no need to go anywhere else.
Yeah, but you get lonely.
You
And
do get lonely, yeah, but
he's eating rabbits and stuff, so clearly things must be not as great.
yeah, I guess 12 years in, maybe 12, 13, 14 years, however long we're in on this now. So yeah, Big Ben goes off, draws the walkers away, and I really liked that. That was a cool big diversion. Um, then Neville finds out that Daryl and Carol don't know how to sail because they don't know the stern of the boat. He kind of tricks them or tests their knowledge a bit, but he still wants to go. So they say they'll follow Neville's lead. They sail down the Thames. We get to see, like, the London Eye, one of your favorite landmarks, the Ferris wheel.
Oh yeah, I love the Ferris wheel, yeah, but it's just the Ferris wheel in Doctor Who, that's it.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's how I would know what it
The
is.
Ferris wheel, the nesting consciousness,
Yeah.
whatever thing. So yeah, they get out on the open sea, and it is revealed. Neville reveals that he was never good at navigation in the middle of the sea. That was
Yeah, I would poop my pants if someone told me that.
yeah, but he says that he's everything is pointing in the right direction. He's like says that they are on track, and um, they should reach America in 11 to 17 days.
11 to 17.
11 to 17, which I believe I looked this up. I think when this episode came out, and that it is technically accurate that you could make it there in that amount of time, and it seemed like they were out there in the sea for a while before he said that as well. Like, they got out into
My
open
main
water.
question is, like, why didn't they pick a bigger boat?
I don't know. There should be a bunch lying around.
Tons, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's like a crew thing. Like, you need more people to sail a bigger ship or something. But I feel like this this ship was maybe this boat was a little too small.
Yeah.
Like, they probably could have bumped it up a little bit, but like, they couldn't they probably couldn't sail like a ship used to get Daryl to France by themselves.
No.
That's too big, I assume. But
No, but something a little more like Fear of the Walking Dead. I know that's had gas and stuff, but that size. Maybe sailboats only go to a certain size. I don't know.
I think there's some big ones, but yeah, I don't know. Um, then we get the first of some Daryl flashbacks, which are very just repetitive. I'm hoping that we get like a good chunk of flashback at some point because I'd love to see. I'd love to see a whole episode of Daryl when he was a kid or something. But
Yeah, that fits the theme of the season.
yeah, Carol and Daryl talk on the boat, and Carol says that she feels like excited and lighter after the guano situation. I don't know. I feel like she just feels better after like she faced everything that she had in her about Sophia and all that, and she feels like she can move on.
At least one character is gonna progress.
Yeah,
Everyone's been frozen since like season 8.
but is she gonna progress? We'll see. Because I do feel like we might be treading
Yeah, she's
some
falling back
similar
into old
ground.
habits. We don't know what else to do with this character.
Yeah. Then we have some conversation between Neville and I believe Daryl, um, where Neville gives a little bit of more of his backstory, and which isn't super important, but I thought it was kind of sweet. It was kind of he wanted to before the apocalypse. He wanted to like get himself set up financially and everything before looking for love. He wanted to be able to support whoever he fell in love with, and it was too late because the apocalypse came and all that, and then everybody died, and so he says that maybe he'll find someone in America, and I thought that was sweet.
Maybe you'll find someone in America.
Yeah, let's be optimistic. Um, but then we see a big storm ahead, and the storm hits. Neville gets bonked on the head by,
Bonk.
by the sail, and the ship is beached.
Like pretty severely beached.
Wa Yeah, like, way in inland, especially, like, later in the episodes. I don't think they pulled it in more,
No, it's like,
but,
well,
like, the
how does
last
that
episode.
happen? You know?
I guess well, I don't know, I'm not an expert, but maybe if there's a storm, maybe the tides were, like, really high?
Yeah, because it would be like high tides and a big wave.
Yeah, that's
And then
what I
how did
guess.
it not get sucked back out, with the tide going down?
Yeah,
Weird.
yeah, kinda weird. So, yeah, the ship is beached, and, Carol is hurt. Daryl checks the boat for our boy. Was I calling him Neville? I was
Ye
calling him Neville, but I think his name is Julian.
ha
Where did I come
Oh,
with Neville?
are you talking about, like, Neville Longbottom from Harry Potter?
Maybe his. Hold on, Julian. Yeah, I don't know where I got Neville from. He might have mentioned somebody named Neville. I think he mentioned some name when he first showed up, but his name is Julian Chamberlain. So
Way off, yeah.
yeah,
Shows you how much I cared about him because I didn't realize you were saying the wrong name.
yeah. So it's his name is Julian. I'm surprised I didn't catch it when I switched in my notes for some reason to calling him Julian, but
Um, you know what? It doesn't matter because he's dead.
yeah, he's dead now. Carol finds him. She wanders off and
With her bonk.
with her bonk, yeah. Then Daryl puts him down and shoves him off into the ocean, which he's just gonna get washed back
Yeah, again, poor decision
onto
making.
the yeah, it's really dumb. But
They should have buried him in the sand.
yeah. Uh, uh, but yeah, then we have Daryl. He pulls some metal out of Carol's back. She's got
After
some
he
metal in there.
super gaslights her about it,
What do you mean super gaslights her about it?
the way he was acting was like it was like a 6-inch metal rod dug deep into her body and she was gonna die. Like, oh, I gotta get it out. I don't know. And
Well, infection,
he
yeah.
pulled
I
it
mean,
out and it was like a tiny sliver. No, he was acting like she needed surgery. Like he
I
was
don't
gonna have
think
to dig
so.
around.
I don't think he was acting like he was that dire.
I don't know. I felt like it was gonna be like crazy, and then I thought he was just jacking with her when he was done. Like, okay, that's it. It was just a little metal flake on you.
Mm.
I was just getting you riled up. You're fine.
I don't know. I feel like he wanted to get it get it out of there because of infection and
She
stuff.
didn't need to
But
bite a stick to get that pulled off.
no, she just dropped it immediately. Anyway, um, so yeah, he does that. Then it's nighttime, and Daryl sees figures coming out of the forest with big bone horn masks.
Oh heck no.
Nah, bruh. So he runs over there. He puts their fire out, like takes their whole shelter down. They're like hiding in the rocks, and I love how Carol's like, "What? What's going on?" Like really loud.
She's concussed, okay?
Yeah, but I thought it was funny. Yeah, it makes sense because of the state that she's in. But I thought it was funny. Um,
Typical woman getting woke up in the night.
you would do that, huh? What's going on?
No, I would say, what's wrong? Are you okay? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Yeah, that's true. You
Anthony,
would.
are you okay? Hey, are you alright?
Shh. There's
Yeah.
there's bone mask people. Be quiet.
Are you sick? Are you okay?
So yeah, this group comes up and takes all their supplies out of their boat and like trashes the rest of it of whatever's left in there. And then in the morning, Daryl and Carol head more inland, and they find a sign that says they're in Costa de Morte, Spain. Um, and they find walkers in traps, like in nets, hanging in the forest. Um, then they find a little hut, a little broken down hut to stay in. And Daryl wants Carol to stay awake a little longer, so he's like they play I Spy, and Carol says you have to do it with your little
It
eyes.
doesn't count if you don't say with your little eye. It has to be your little eye or it doesn't count.
uh, and see,
She's right.
these are the things, these are the moments that a certain part of the fandom would be like, "Oh, they're so in love. Look at
You're
this. They're
disgusting. You
so
know who you
so
are.
cute." This is to me. This just screams like this
Carol's
platonic
a mom.
platonic friendship. Like they've had these moments all throughout the series, and
And
like,
that's why they're in love.
but that's not it. They're friends. They've been friends this whole time.
No, they're in love.
No, no, they're not in love.
I don't think so either, but there's a lot of people that for some reason are nasty and think so.
Uh, Carol says that Daryl hides things. She first says that he lies or something, but
True.
but he really he hides things. He doesn't say things.
True.
Yeah. Um, and then he just reveals to her that he almost gave up in the tunnel, but he saw Isabel, and then he says, "Let's never let's keep on never giving up." He, he tells her. And then
with his little eye.
with his little eye, he does have little eyes, doesn't he?
I told you he looks like
His
bees.
beady little eyes.
Bees stung his bottom eyelids.
So, yeah, and then in the morning, Daryl goes hunting, kills a rabbit, um, sees a Humvee drive by, and when he gets back, Carol's gone, and he screams Carol into the gorge, and I thought Alpha was gonna walk out and look up at him.
With her tank top over her long sleeve shirt and her jeans,
Yeah,
her
and
bald little
she
head.
was just gonna point. uh, and that.
No, because that would mean the show was good.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry. I don't think it's too bad, but yeah, it would be infinitely better. Um, yeah, so that's the end of episode 1. Let's roll on into episode 2. We are fully in Spain now. This episode is called La Ofrenda.
The friend?
That's my guess.
Yeah.
The friend. Um,
We're Spaniards.
I have been to Spain once.
I haven't.
I
When
think
did
I've
you go
been
to
to
Spain on
France
your cruise?
on my cruise when I was like, I don't know, like 16 or something.
Old enough to have been paying attention.
Yeah. I did go to. I know this is going ahead a bit, but the fourth episode, they said they're going to Barcelona. I've been there, so I'm interested to see, and I kind of like remember it, so I'm interested to see what it looks like when they get there. Um, but yeah, so episode 2, we have Carol watching some lovebirds frolic in a stream.
She really is. She's being creepy. And
She
then she's like,
is.
oh, I ship it.
Yeah, I ship them. I want to get involved in this situation.
They look like they need a mom.
Yeah. I could be their mom.
Even though they're in love, that's fine. I'll be each of their moms separately.
I'm good with kids. I have a great record of keeping kids alive.
Maybe I need to switch to adult children.
Yeah. I think she just wants to because she can never get that far.
She's just been skipping ahead the whole time
Yeah.
anyway.
Uh, uh, so yeah, Daryl finds her watching these lovebirds. Um, and Daryl's like, "Let's take their stuff.
Let's rob them.
I know what we can do. We can steal from them." Raises crossbow. uh, but before he can do that, a Humvee shows up and they find the couple and ask them if they're from Soles del Mar,
Which they are.
which they are. Um, and then Daryl starts taking them out with his crossbow.
The, the Humvee people,
The
not
Humvee
the.
people. Yeah, he just annihilated the couple. One bolt for both of them. No, he takes out the Humvee people, and again, this is one of those moments where I feel like the reload speed was a little too fast for the crossbow. Uh, I do see it like later. Um, he does switch to another weapon, which is more appropriate, I think, for the situations that are going on.
Mm,
But I don't like it when um,
rapid fire crossbow?
yeah, when they use the crossbow like this because it's just you can feel it like it's not realistic.
Oh, well,
When
after all this time, I didn't notice.
oh well,
I'm not crossbow educated, though.
I don't know. It's like you go back to the early seasons, you see how long it takes for him to load another bolt in there, and
He's quicker. He uses it every
I'm
day.
sure yeah, he's pretty quick with it. But I mean, last season we had Carol using it, really quickly.
Well,
I complained about that too.
they're best buddies.
Well, she did use a bow at one point, but
This is a former kingdom queen, okay?
Kingdom Queen. Yeah, she knows what she's doing. This fair maiden. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. I feel like if you're putting Daryl in a battle situation, like multiple assailants with guns, you should give him a gun or do choreography where he's like mixing up using the crossbow and knives or
But
something.
he's far away.
Yeah, but it was like he took out I think like three guys, and it wasn't that bad of a situation because between two of them, I was like, okay, that was probably enough time. But between the last one and the third one, the second and the third or something, it was like super quick. That's where it was.
Carol was helping.
Nah, she's concussed. She's
She's getting better.
focused on these lovebirds. So yeah, then he tries to take out one that's running away, and he isn't able to get him. And then he turns around to the couple and starts. See, he's on a mission. He doesn't care
Give me your stuff.
what their situation is. Yeah, he's he's like, can you help my friend Carol? She needs help.
She's getting invested in love stories.
Yeah, and the couple are like, here's our situation. They aren't that forthright with it, but
Daryl's like,
yeah,
no, you misunderstand. Help my friend.
yeah. He's like, yeah. They're like, looks like you guys haven't been out that long. Um, and the couple says the place they come from is dangerous,
Yeah, right.
and that they will send my lady away and kill me if we go back.
Sounds like Dwight and Sherry.
And then Daryl just like pulls a gun on him, like, take us there now. Sounds like Sherry.
Dwight and Sherry.
Oh yeah. And then what did they do?
Yeah.
Let's go back to the sanctuary. Uh, um, so yeah, they arrive at Soles del Mar, uh, and they have these big like fake walker heads on the wall. Um,
They're crafty.
yeah, they probably got supplies at Michael's or something. Put those bad boys together. So they head in, and we meet Uncle Fede, who is Justina's uncle. Yeah,
Yeah, I like him.
yeah, he's yeah. I don't, he's all right. I think he's just in a tough situation as a
I'm not
leader,
saying I like all
but
his choices, but
yeah,
like
his
he's a
choices
good
aren't
character.
the best.
An
But
interesting character.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, all of his men like pull guns on Daryl and everything, and Daryl pulls his gun, and I this is when I really started to get the Western vibes. It was like,
Yeah.
which I like. I like the Western vibes. I'm excited for the fifth episode because we saw the preview, and that's the one with the
Oh
train.
yeah, like literally the Lone Ranger episode.
Yeah, it looks badass. Like, I'm excited for
No,
that.
we'll get your water. It's a Lone Ranger Rango.
Ding 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 ding.
His eyes are gonna be so squinted riding that horse.
I
And it,
swear, dude, get him a hat. I'm ready for him to have a hat, like a cowboy hat. Go all in. Um. Anyway, so they pull guns. Justina convinces them to stand down. We have
she's like, no, we just went for a walk. We weren't running away. That's why we have all these supplies. It was just a picnic.
yeah, we were just going on a date. Then we have Fede's mother kind of helping Carol. And we have like this stuff is. it's kind of funny to me. Like Fede and the couple are arguing. The couple, Justina and Roberto and Fede are kind of arguing, and Daryl just like keeps asking, like butting in, asking, "Is there a place for Carol to lie down?"
Yeah.
Like, it's funny to
I don't care
me.
about your personal banter.
Yeah, it just like it makes me the viewer feel like this stuff isn't important either. Like
Yeah, well, it's like Daryl's just being like rude.
he is. Uh,
Give me your stuff. Can my friend lay down? We're taking what we want from you. We're not being gracious visitors.
yeah. Give me everything that I need to fix this boat so I can get out of here with Carol. So Roberto's father, Antonio, gives them a place to stay, and Fede says um, that they can stay for 2 days.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
4 weeks later.
Daryl asks for tools to fix a boat, ignoring Roberto while he does so as he complains about his situation. Uh,
Meanwhile, Carol's like, "Oh, sweetie,
yeah. Daryl says he doesn't get what's so bad about the place. Just get me my tools to fix the
I've
boat.
been here for 2 seconds. I don't see what's so bad. Give me stuff so I can leave."
Yeah. Then so they stay the night, and in the morning we get this cat staring at Carol.
Ow.
Kind of disappointed. I didn't
Yeah,
realize that
where'd it go?
the cat was gone. Yeah, it's like any cat that they get, they only have it for a little bit on The Walking Dead, and then it disappears.
Can't hang on to them for too long.
Poor Skidmark, man. At least he showed up at the finale. Wild that showed up then. Uh, so yeah, Daryl's all set. He's about to go out and fix the boat, work on it, and the El Alcazar shows up. I think I said the El Alcazar. El is the, so I said the Alcazar.
Well,
Um,
you're a white American, so you don't know
no,
better.
I'm sorry. Um, so El Alcazar is, they say that it is the last vestige of the Spanish monarchy,
Yeah, and Daryl's
allegedly.
like, "I don't care."
Yeah. Guillermo is next in line to be king. He has arrived. Uh, and once a year, they bring gifts and offer protection.
And all they have to do is let pigs race to decide what daughter gets to be taken away.
Oink, oink.
Super medieval.
Yeah. So when they show up, some guy has an outburst, and he's like asking where his little girl is, screaming.
Her pig won the race.
Well, you don't get to know. So yeah, something not great is happening there.
Daryl doesn't care. Carol does.
Yeah, Carol's all in. She's like, it's my turn to have an arc abroad.
This is my heavy involvement arc.
Yeah. Then we have this girl gets out of the vehicle, and we get a long, wistful stare between her and Cowgirl Paz. A
Ew.
long, gay,
Gay.
wistful stare, and so far that has been like nothing important at all. Like, there's no reason to have added it in.
But it's gay.
No. So the next day there will be a festival, and a girl will be taken, and they will never see them again.
Dun-dun-dun.
Supposedly they're married off, um, and Roberto tells Daryl the thing that they were running from is here now.
Dun-dun.
Dun, dun, commercials. Let's go to commercials now. When we come back from commercials, which we didn't have because we have AMC Plus, what a flex. We got the guy that had the little outburst. I guess he's getting like pulled in half or something as punishment. I don't know. I didn't really understand the situation,
He's
but
getting his back cracked.
yeah. Well, there's like blood like dripping onto like the rocks that are underneath his
Yeah, where is
feet.
it coming from?
But yeah, I don't know where that's coming from. It just looks like it's like rope in his midsection, like tied on his rib section, midsection. Sorry, and I don't know. I didn't really get that torture device, but
Ow, it hurts.
yeah, it looks like it hurts. And he was like that guy, that outburst guy, was like, "More, do more,
Just like it's the crucible. More weight.
add more weight." Then we get Carol hanging out with that cat again,
Ow.
and she wants to help Roberto and Justina escape, and Daryl just wants to go home.
No.
Then we have the women getting ready and for this the selection process of who gets picked to go, and we have basically a queen, I guess,
The gay queen?
the gay queen, um, that's in the room with them, and she goes out on the balcony and has yet another wistful stare out at Paz, as she has also sent her a note,
A gay note.
a gay love note. Wow. Gay. Things get gay.
Boy, I can't do it. Gay. Did you hear that?
No. Bruh.
Gay.
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 All right. So then they
Are you recording?
yeah, I'm recording.
I didn't want you to not be recording. That would suck.
we got all gay. We took a little break there and we came back to gay.
Leave all this in, leave it in.
So yeah, they offer a girl up in exchange for supplies. That's the situation, or yeah, what do you call it? The deal that they have with this group. Um, we have Roberto's father, Antonio, talking. I think he's talking to. I feel like it was Carol, but I think it was Daryl. Yeah, he's talking to Daryl, and they were doing the lights. They were putting those lights up for the festival. That's what it was. Um, but I liked this moment because uh, Antonio says that he's only worried about his son's safety, and that maybe that makes him a bad father. And Daryl comes back and says, um, "If you're worried about how you're doing, you must be doing it right." And that felt more of like a Daryl dive into his like backstory a bit. Like I felt like he was touching, like he was thinking about his own dad
Who didn't do anything?
who didn't worry about him. Yeah, so he's kind of like complimenting Antonio. Well, at least you're worried about your son. Um, it just, I don't think I would think that if we didn't get those like flashbacks of him running out of the trailer as a kid, because that's what makes you or reminds you of his past. But
Yeah.
um, then we have the big pig race.
Oink. Oink.
We got Wilbur. We got Babe.
We got
Chris P. Bacon.
Charlotte,
With
but
the,
that's the
do you
spider.
remember that? You know that video of Chris P. Bacon?
No.
It's like some it was on the news, and this news anchor was telling
Is it when he couldn't
story.
stop laughing?
Yeah, he couldn't stop laughing. It was crispy bacon, and he had wheels for back legs, and he's running around,
Oh,
and the guy couldn't
no.
stop laughing. Uh, Pretty great.
There's a mosquito in here.
Oh, it's out for your blood.
I'm covered.
About to go get the bug assault and drop him. Uh,
Daryl needs to come get him with the crossbow.
Accuracy,
Oh, and reload speed.
reload speed. Yeah. Uh,
I got him.
so yeah, Alba gets picked. Alba was a girl that we got a little bit of focus on with just her and her mother had a very close relationship, and uh, so yeah, her mom was distraught.
Too bad it was Alba.
Yeah, what a coincidence! Jacinda or just Justina. Thinking back to season 2 of Daryl Dixon. Uh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, what a coincidence that she hasn't been picked all these times. Um, so Daryl helps Paz with putting the pigs back in a pen or something. We get another name for walkers. So they call them the Hollow Ones. Paz and the Queen to be go have a little secret meeting.
Is
They
that what we're calling it?
Yeah, they just went behind a building and stared into each other's eyes.
Gay longing.
Gay longing, yes.
A secret
A
meeting.
secret little meeting, which wasn't that secret because, well, I guess you couldn't see the Queen to be. You could only see Paz, but
The queen to be.
that's what I was gonna call her now. Because the Guillermo is is the king to be, so she would be the queen to be, um, and the queen to be.
Why are they to be? Is the current king
I don't
alive?
know. I guess yeah. I guess there is a current king. There's got to be a current king if they're not them yet, or maybe there's a process. I don't know. Anyway, she says that she thought Paz would come for her. How romantic. Okay.
No, I'm too busy being a gay cowgirl here on the home front.
Yee doggy. Then we go to dinner, and we get some more wistful, longing looks, gay looks, and at dinner. Daryl says that England sucks the most. So as Hiramo is asking about other areas of the world, um, then Carol starts to get a little brave, saying that their traditions are surprising. Old way, the old ways aren't always the best ways of doing things. Carol says, um, and Daryl's getting uncomfortable and is interrupting here and there. And one of his interruptions is he reaches kind of past Carol to Fede's mother and asks for the El Porco or something. Yeah, that's the extent of my Spanish as well, Daryl. Um, and then they want Alba's mother to speak about Alba, and she has a hard time doing so. She kind of breaks down, and Justina steps in, um, and then Carol, she starts with, uh, "You asked for our wisdom." Like she starts talking like that, and
Yeah.
Daryl Daryl tries to distract by pouring drinks or something, and yeah, she asks, "Why trade your people for grains and stuff, and weapons and all that?" And she says the parents must feel horrible.
Carol, I think your bonk is affecting you.
You're getting a little too brave with your words.
Sorry, Carol's been bonked.
Uh, and then Fede. says that Soles de Mar was under constant siege before they had all of these weapons and the protection that they have. And then Daryl has been kind of noticing off to the side that there's like this table of soldiers that were kind of looking over at their table. And he gets up and leaves with a knife. He grabs a knife off the table and excuses himself. Um,
Wonder where he's going.
the Fede's mother kind of like tells Carol off, like, "This is how we survive." Blah 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 blah, kind of yelling at her.
Right.
And then we got a bunch of like this festival happening with like a big fire, and they have the heads from that were outside.
Gotta burn our decorations.
Well, they're all like wearing them and dancing around with
You
these
know what?
big
This is
heads.
gonna be a terrible thing to say, but it reminded me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when they're doing the cocoa bean dance.
Yes, that's. I was literally thinking like this reminds me of the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but I don't know why. Like I couldn't place the scene or whatever. But
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah, it
cocoa
was
bean
that.
dance.
So they're doing the cocoa bean dance.
I love that movie so much. Let's review that next.
uh, then we have Daryl killing the group of soldiers. Um, my thought here, it felt a little confusing at first, like why he was doing this,
They were looking at him.
but I think it was because one of them got away earlier,
Oh yeah, so they
so
recognize him
they
and
might have been noticing him. Yeah, and he was worried about that, so he just took care of him,
yeah, I didn't think of that.
dropped him in
I just
the
thought it was like
walker pit.
Carol's gonna talk about it. We gotta kill those Americans.
Kill. So that's the end of episode 2. Let's roll on into episode 3. El Sacrificio.
The sacrifice.
I think we're nailing them. I think you're guessing
You
them.
know, I never took any foreign language classes, and I'm doing a great job.
I don't have the translations, but I fully believe that we know the
Trust me on this.
know the translations to these. So we open. We got Guillermo upset that 3 of his men have gone missing, and he doesn't like how Carol acted at the dinner. Um, he's talking to Fede. Fede um, needs to prove he still wants to be in this alliance because it doesn't seem like his little community wants to be part of this alliance with all these actions that are happening. Um, Antonio admires Carol for how she spoke up. He likes that. Pretty cute.
Antonio and his wig-looking hair.
Yeah, I like Antonio honestly. Okay, I'm just gonna say it now. I ship him.
Ew.
I that's a fine
Carol's
relationship with me.
alone wolf. She needs to be alone.
I don't know.
Carol and Daryl are
Maybe,
both
but
alone.
Daryl more so should be alone, but I wouldn't mind a Carol and Antonio
Carol does her
relationship.
best work on her own.
Yeah, but I just get this feeling that she's tired, man. Like she's just,
I don't care.
you know,
Keep
I
going.
don't care.
I don't care. Keep
Blow
going.
blow up a cannibal community with a firework. Okay,
Yeah,
get to
Carol.
work, Carol.
Do something wild.
Uh, um, Daryl is back focused on leaving. Um, he, he tells Carol that to be focused on the hot dogs and stay out of other people's problems.
Yeah, get excited for those Vienna sausages.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get us
Woo.
some cans of Vienna sausages for next
For
episode.
next episode,
You can tell me if
we're
yours
gonna
has jelly in it or liquid.
we'll do a food review. Okay.
Yeah, I'm being dead serious. We will have Vienna
I
sausage.
will. I will do it for the podcast. I will do it for
Okay.
this. Uh, normally I would not eat these
Have
things.
you ever
They're
had one?
disgusting. I've had them, and all I remember is that I didn't want them anymore. So,
Okay.
uh,
I don't like this. Take it away.
yeah,
I don't
let's
want
get
this.
rid of this.
No.
My tummy hurts. No.
Does your tummy hurt?
I don't know. I'm just playing into the bit, okay? Um, so yeah, Daryl's off to fix this boat and tells Carol that she needs to get that solar panel, and he points to it um,
But that solar
before he gets
panel
back.
does movie time.
Exactly. Yeah. Um, I think yeah. Carol says something about Alba, like she's hung up about this situation here with all the girls getting taken and all that. Um, and Daryl so compassionately just says, "Who the f is Alba?" Like, bro, he does not care at all. Um, we have Roberto and Justina having a conversation, a loving conversation or something. They're sitting over there, and Roberto gives Justina a compass necklace, and then Daryl shows up and takes Roberto to help him fix the boat.
Get
But
over here. You're gonna help me.
yeah, but Roberto takes him to Valentina, who lives at this lighthouse with a bunch of men that I guess she uh, I guess
Likes.
she really likes them. Yes.
She really likes all these guys.
That's where we can leave that. Um,
Like a lot.
yeah, like a lot.
And
Um,
they like her back.
like
In a
a
cult
lot.
in a culty way.
Like a lot. Lot culty way. Anyway, so they try to trade some olives uh for help with the boat, and they make a new deal kind of that Roberto will get. Well, Daryl basically makes the deal and says, Roberto will get you 5 kilos of gunpowder.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Okay. It still has not come up yet, too.
Yeah.
uh, but Valentina, we get a little bit of backstory of Valentina, and like she used to work on cruise ships, and she says that Americans were the rudest on the cruise ships, which
Absolutely.
that tracks. Um,
Americans are terrible
well,
people most of the time.
yeah. Then we have Antonio cleaning Carol's wound. How romantic. Um,
Ew.
and he says that he used to live in Barcelona. He lost his wife. And then we get Carol. Carol says this. She says, Barcelona? I have a friend whose brother lived there back before. For you probably don't know this, Caylee, but I think this was a bit of a Easter egg for Rick's brother.
Rick
Rick,
had a
yeah,
brother?
in the comics, Rick had a brother. It's very very short, um, like situation with him, but his brother was in Barcelona, I believe, when it all went down. Um, and so I think this is a little. I don't know if it's because this could be anybody. She could be talking about
Yeah, Rick
anybody,
doesn't have a brother in
but
this.
this is it's interesting that it's like I had a friend that had a brother in Barcelona, and the only Barcelona character from the comics is Rick's brother, Jeffrey. So
Hmm.
kind of interesting. I doubt that will play out.
They're gonna introduce Rick's brother.
Yeah, I doubt that'll play out, but um, it'd be kind of interesting. But I'd also be like, why did Rick never say anything about his brother?
He did. We'll get lots of flashbacks.
Oh yeah, I forgot about all those flashbacks that we got of Rick's brother. How could I forget? Um, but yeah, interesting little line there. I kind of like that.
Rick's brother, played by Andrew Lincoln.
Yeah, they're twins, and they were separated at birth. That's why Rick didn't know about him. There, I fixed your show.
But Carol knew.
Oh yeah, I didn't fix your show. Sorry.
Carol was there at the hospital that day when you were born.
Maybe they'll mix it up and it'll be like Ezekiel's brother or something.
No.
What? No,
Mm-mm.
Tobin's brother
Yeah, there you go.
was someone a little less important. Um, and yeah, then Antonio kind of gets a little uncomfortable about talking about his wife. Doesn't really want to talk about it anymore. So Valentina checks out the boat and says that it needs a new rudder, and it's got like this big hole in it above the or below the water line. Um, and then she like tells Daryl that there's a like shipyard where he could possibly get parts for it for the boat, and she says that she can take the truck, but she has to agree to let Roberto and Justina go with him and Carol to America.
Yeah, right.
And then we like just like cut to him having the truck, so we assume that he agreed. But he's gonna agree to anything
Yeah,
at
sure,
this point.
whatever. That's
Yeah,
probably exactly what he said.
yeah. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, they can come.
Yeah. Then we have Carol watching a movie with Antonio. She finds Antonio watching some old movies. Um, on the way to the shipyard, um, a Daryl and Roberto come across the statue. It's called the Way of St. James, Roberto says, and people leave things for loved ones there. Uh, and then we cut to gay activities. Uh, this is probably the most focus on gay stuff that like characters have had. I feel like in The Walking Dead, and feels weird. Feels weird.
It's doing so much for the plot.
It's doing nothing for the plot.
It's doing so much for the plot.
Basically, it feels like these characters are like pretty much nothing, whereas like Aaron was at least an integral part of the group, and like parts of the story revolved around him at parts, and like at their Eric and Aaron's introduction, Aaron was bringing them in. Like
Yeah.
there was a lot like going on with them, but I don't know. I mean, there is stuff going on with them, but the main thing about these characters is that they're being gay with each other.
Yeah.
Like the story behind them is secondary to wistful looks, you know?
Yeah, it's not doing much.
Yeah.
What is that score? Trying to get that rating up for whatever score it is.
DEI.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're getting their DEI score up. They had the trans dancer or whatever
Yeah.
drag queen, whatever you
That's
want to call this person
in the other season,
in the other
yeah.
season. Yeah.
They exposed the kid to that.
Yeah, that's really sad. Poor Laurent. Um, then we have Daryl talking with Roberto. He says that he ran away a bunch of times, and we get another flashback of Daryl running out of from his running away from his dad, um, and the trailer. I think you can like hear someone yelling at him, and I just assume that's his dad. Then we get back to Carol and Antonio watching this movie, and Antonio says that he used to go with Roberto to find movies and like scavenge for them, and he says that cinema is a record of humanity for the children, the next generation, and like Carol, like you sound like my friend Jerry. Movie time.
Yeah, that friend has a name now. The other friend didn't. The other friend didn't.
The one with the brother.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe it was Jerry's brother.
maybe.
Oh, I miss Jerry, honestly. Um, it's just so fun. I loved that when he went. It's movie time.
I feel like it got overdone.
It got overdone.
I don't know if it was in promo stuff or if you just
It was
overdid it.
probably me. It was probably me. I liked it. So
Yeah, I think you overdid it.
I ruined it for you. That's all right. Um, so yeah, they're watching that movie, and yeah, Antonio says that the projector it's all hooked up to the solar panel. Then we go to back to Daryl, and they're getting this. They find a boat that has a rudder that will work, and they're getting so they're trying to like hammer this thing off. It's like half in the water, the boat, and they're trying to hammer the rudder off.
Just take that boat instead.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, they get it off. It falls in the water, and I really liked these camera shots that they had. So they had a camera like in the ocean, like on the floor,
Mm.
like snaking through, and then they also had one that was like low on land, like going between the boats, and it did that paired with like whatever music they had going behind it. It felt kind of creepy. It felt like tense a little
Something's
bit.
watching you.
Yeah, like they did good with that. Like it made the scene feel tense, and I liked that. But yeah, and walkers pop out of the water. Um, and Roberto drops the rudder. He had it in his hands. He dropped it in the water. And Daryl gets them onto land, and the walkers on land show up, and Daryl starts shooting them. And I love the gun that he has, which he continues to have um, into episode 4, and I assume through the rest of the season. But it just adds to the Western vibe to me. And it's that gun that's like got the handle to cock it. Like you got to swing the handle below to reload it.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. I love that kind of Western gun. I love that you could do like tricks with it if you want.
I
But
guess I didn't really realize it was a Western gun.
I feel like I see it in a lot of Western. Like if I watch anything Western, one of those guns is probably gonna pop up. But
Hmm. Well, I don't watch
Carl
Westerns.
also had one at one point in the prison. When the prison got attacked, he was shooting. I think it was a walker. It was when he found out that um, Judith wasn't there. Saw the car seat, and
Mm,
Judith wasn't in it, and he just was like firing it, firing it, firing it. It was empty.
I don't
He was like
remember.
mad, but or really like mad, sad. But anyway, Daryl's using this gun, which I really like. Then he used his whatever that like mace thing. Those skills he used those
Yeah.
skills with an anchor, and it was like killing them with an anchor. I've never been the biggest fan of that weapon
No, I
for
think it
him.
looks stupid.
Yeah, I'd rather him go back to like knives.
Yeah.
That's better. Um, but Roberto runs back into the water, gets the rudder, and then more walkers pop up, and Daryl kills them, shoots them. Um, and we go
Bit of action.
a bit of action for you, liven things up. Gotta love it. Um, then we go back to Solis Del Mar and Justina, and she goes, what, she like pricks her finger or something, and then goes looks for bandages, and in Fede's big old cabinet,
Her
and
grandma or whoever, she's like, maybe you'll
yeah,
find some chocolate.
oh, maybe you'll find a treat.
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, a piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. But instead of a treat, she finds pig ribbons,
All of her pig ribbons. She
all of
was
her
never a
pig
contestant.
ribbons. Yes, so Fede uh, has been removing her name from consideration and hiding her ribbons.
So what I want to know is like what was on the pig. Like there was the equal number of pigs or girls.
Yeah,
What was on the other one? Did he like sit there and hand sew one a
I'm
double name?
I'm assuming that um, the grandmother sewed another one of somebody else's name
Mm,
and put it on a pig. That's just my guess, but
this year she sewed Alba.
because they seem
Yeah,
in
in
cahoots, you know.
cahoots.
So so yeah, Justina finds this out and goes desperately looking for Roberto, but finds Carol instead. Um,
Mistake.
yeah. Uh, so Carol's like, "You can talk to me." But before we get into that, we go back to Daryl, and they're driving back. Um, they've got the rudder. They stop at this Way of St. James statue, and Daryl gets out and puts Laurent's Rubik's cube.
His crusty Rubik's cube.
Yeah, puts it out there, and he says he hopes that Laurent has a new one by now. Um,
Yeah, because they're just making Rubik's cubes in the apocalypse.
dude, the Commonwealth, they got a factory for Rubik's cubes. And
I
hey,
hope
if
Laurent
the
didn't make it.
CRM is part of the Commonwealth now too, maybe, then they gotta have a Rubik's cube factory.
I hope Laurent didn't make it.
Wow, that's really mean. He's just
Oh,
a kid.
I don't like him.
Double.
His little
You don't want to
unibrow.
hear double
No.
ever again.
No.
Wow, brutal. Well, I do have some exciting stuff here. At least for me, this is exciting. Um, at this statue, there is an object. I thought it was a bag, but it might be a jacket or something. It is the return. On it, it says PPP.
Oh my god.
So interesting that they're putting this back in. I thought it was like a dropped thread,
Oh my gosh,
but
please. They should just drop it though because
no, I'm interested in this because I feel like it's connected to the CRM. It's got to be connected to the CRM because we got. So this is the fourth time this has popped up.
which is not enough times.
It needs to come up more, honestly. Um, but yeah, so the first one was with Keith. The second one was with Devin in Tales of the Walking Dead, which is interesting because that community in that episode, um, they were French speaking, um, and it was located in Maine, which is where they were. They like set off from the boat that took Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
So there's connection there. Um, and then the other time it showed up was in the ones that live, the ones who live, the ones that live, the ones who live. Um, it was on a whiteboard of like plans, and it said uh, PPP exception underlined on it. So there's a lot of different ways you could go with it, like a theory for all this, but my hope is that it has to do with um, the operatives around the world that are in the CRM, and that storyline isn't completely over yet. but
Too few and far between for me.
I'm holding on. I'm holding on to hope. The problem here with which Scott M. Gimple needs to get on is he needs to get on these bigger storylines and be a little more prominent with them and like push them forward.
You can't just remember to do something with it every
Yeah.
3 years.
Well, the first time it showed up was in season 7 of The Walking Dead.
That's what I'm saying. It's been
It's a
too long.
long
Just
time ago. You need like you take he's taken way
four
too
four
long.
mentions
Yeah.
since then. I feel like it's a barely even a thought to them.
Yeah. But it's like, oh, we'll throw it back in here because it's like still in the back of our minds. We might do something with it, but I don't know. After how the CRM went down, and that was like a long running little
Yeah, they're
subplot.
just gonna make like one episode, and it's gonna be one
Yeah,
guy and Heath, and that's gonna be the PPP.
yeah. I just I need him to do something good with it to like
It's gonna be like Morales.
correct some of this the bad CRM ending in The Ones Who Live. But we'll see what comes of it. Maybe if he ever gets around to it. But yeah. So that was just very exciting for me. Um, then we go back to Carol and Justina, and basically the advice that Carol gives Justina is sometimes there's nothing that we can do, and we just got to live with that. Sometimes we wish we could trade places.
Oh, I can trade places.
Yeah, just oh, thanks for the talk, Carol. I'm gonna go trade places.
I know what I can do.
Yeah, you gave me a great idea. So yeah, Antonio makes dinner for Carol. How romantic! And Antonio offers the extra solar panel to her for the boat, and I like how Carol responds to this. She says, "I never thought about that. Huh? Good idea,
Eh,
bro."
I wasn't gonna rip it off the side of your house.
Yeah. But yeah, Antonio says he feels worried for Justina because she might feel like she needs to volunteer. And
Carol's like,
Carol's
huh?
eyes get wide. Wait a second. Uh, yeah. So Carol goes and looks for Justina, and we find out Justina has volunteered herself, and they are driving away at that very moment. Um,
Plot convenience.
then, while that was happening, Daryl and Roberto were talking while they were driving back, and I just like how he mentions it. Daryl just like is saying that he will like Ohio.
No. What
So
is it about Hollywood and Ohio?
I don't know. Is Ohio a big thing in Hollywood?
A lot of places talk about Ohio. It's just Ohio.
Okay. All right. Well, let's roll into episode 4 here. Okay. La Justicia. La, La Justia Frontierzia.
The Justice Frontier?
The
Is that
Justice
gonna be
Frontier.
easier for you
It's
to
a,
say?
and that is it because they say it in the episode, or at least there was, or at least I noticed what the subtitles.
Okay. I think that there's no other explanation for what it could have been.
No, I think we're nailing these. We're awesome.
I'm sure we're nailing them.
I'm pretty sure we could go to Spain and just completely understand everything that everybody's saying.
No.
I think we got 4 out of 4 correct. So.
Just add an A to
Oh, by the
everything.
way, um, Paco the return of Paco.
Our boy Paco from Wednesday season 2.
Yes, Paco Cabezas is directing this
He hit us
episode.
with that overhead driving shot.
Yes, he did. A little left over from his Tim Burton study. But yeah, interesting. What were you looked them up? What were some of the things that he's done?
He did an episode of Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, I believe it was season 3, episode 10.
Mhm.
That.
Yeah. Some other stuff. He did what I think it was called a Spanish movie,
Oh yeah,
like
the Spanish movie.
yeah, like a spoof, like scary movie and superhero movie and stuff like that. He's done some other stuff. I don't remember it off the top of my head, and I do not have the ability to look him up again.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just thought it was interesting that he popped up like right after we did Wednesday. Like
Mhm.
we were talking about him a lot. So, um,
Well, yeah, and I said that I needed to look him up, and this gave me the opportunity to finally do it, and I wasn't too. I don't know. I expected to find more than I did.
yeah, it seems like he's at least
Not new. He's not
not
new.
new, but like he's getting more work
He's getting
now or
more
something.
work on TV shows.
Yeah. So we start this episode off with another flashback of little Daryl running out of the trailer. Um, at this point, I'm just like, show me more because it's like
No,
the
all he
same.
did is run
It's
out
the
of the
same
trailer.
situation. Yeah, over and over again. Um, I'd like to see something different from his past. Uh, and we have Roberto banging on Fede's door. He's upset, but he ends up leaving, getting pulled away, and leaving. And then Daryl says that it should take. I think he's talking to Antonio. He says it should take a week to fix a boat, which I feel like he said earlier. I don't know if he
He
did.
doesn't know how long it's gonna
Yeah,
take.
I think he's just throwing out a week for anytime anyone asks him. Uh, so yeah, Antonio says Roberto and Justina's relationship is complicated. Daryl,
Daryl's like, I don't care.
yeah, Daryl has his solar panel. He's hugging it real tight. He's happy about that. He's trying to get Roberto to come with him, and he won't leave without Justina. Um, then we have Valentina is actually helping. She's got all of her men out there helping to fix the boat. They got this thing like up on a frame too. Like
These big boys are helping.
yeah, her big muscly men are out there pulling boats around with their bare hands. They used a truck, okay, but yeah, uh, yeah. So they got this thing up on a frame. They're working on it. We cut to Roberto and Antonio talking about Roberto and Justina's relationship and how Antonio has just kind of wanted to stay. He hasn't wanted to leave. He wants to stay where their home is. Um, he tells Roberto to be careful because Fede is watching him. And then we go to Carol and Daryl working on the boat, and she tells Daryl that she thinks that she put the idea, which she did, into Justina's head to leave. Um, Daryl is dismissive again. I think he brings up those hot dogs again. Somebody brings up those hot dogs again.
Focus on the hot dogs.
Yeah, but Carol kind of gets him to talk a little bit about how he's feeling, and
Feeling like I want to go home.
yeah. Well, Daryl says that he says we're always fighting other people's fights. And they need to fight for themselves, and I kind of agree with Daryl. I mean, he needs to get home. They need to get home, and they need to stop getting intertwined with other people's
They're
problems.
gonna die overseas before they find out Rick is back.
Exactly. That's what we all want to see. We want to see Daryl find out Rick is back and he's okay.
I lived by the river for 8 years looking for you.
Exactly. Instead, I found a dog and a girl, and that girl turned evil.
And the dog's probably dead.
the The actor for the dog is dead, so they have to
Mm.
recast. Dude, oh my goodness! I think what he left the dog with Judith. If he comes back and that dog is dead,
Old age.
he's he's gonna be so mad at Judith. Yeah. So that yeah, Daryl says that there's nothing that they can do about Justina. Kind of, Carol just needs to leave it alone, pretty much. Um, and then I thought this scene was funny. So we got Valentina and Daryl and Carol kind of all in a group, and Carol has her back turned to Daryl, and she says she's like working on like the navigation stuff,
Mhm.
practicing it, and
Mhm.
she says to Daryl, "I think I'm getting the hang of this navigation stuff." And Daryl just like turns around and walks off and goes and stands on a rock and like stares off into the ocean. And he's just like, Carol and Valentina like continue to talk, but you could just see him off in the distance on this rock, just staring.
He's
Like,
trying to find America
I thought it was funny. It's like completely ignores her to stand on a rock.
because he knows that there's no way she's getting the hang of it.
Maybe I don't know. I just thought it was funny, and that they kept him in frame, like out there in the distance. So yeah, Valentina tells Daryl that he should take Cooper. Cooper is from California. He he's been teaching Daryl some knots, which I feel like Daryl probably already knew, or he should know.
Yeah.
Um, and Valentina calls Daryl Carol's boyfriend, and they have a little, like Carol's like, "Oh no, no, no," and Daryl goes, "Nope," turns around, walks away, and then we have Fede show up and tell Roberto that sometimes he says that sometimes we don't get to know the deeper reasons why people do things, and then like looks at Antonio, and Antonio like looks at them both. It's like,
Right.
okay,
Thanks for setting me up.
yeah. Uh, so yeah, then we go back to Daryl and Cooper working on this boat, and they're talking a bit, and seems like kind of Daryl's a little bit warming up to taking Cooper with him, and then we hear an arrow shot, and
If you know how to sail, it's the same as being a doctor.
yes, yes, you're gonna die. You can sail, you're gonna die. Um, but yeah, so Cooper gets shot with an arrow. He goes down, and then we get the barbarians from the Bone Mask people from the
The
first
Viking
episode.
people.
Yeah, the Spanish Vikings attack, and I thought this fight choreography was kind of slow. Um, my main complaint with it was like when these barbarian guys were running up to one of the characters, one of our main characters, you could see them like hesitating, like running up, then like slowing down, but like still moving their feet, like
Oh,
that they needed to slow down, kind of, and let the like if there was two of them, one would go ahead, go down, the other one would be like this,
doesn't sound
like
like slow choreography. It sounds like bad fight choreography
bad
then.
for okay, it's bad fight choreography.
My thing here was that it took Carol like 4 or 5 kills to pick up a weapon. Other
Oh, I didn't
people
even notice
killed a
her.
bunch of people, and there was a shot of her like finally picking something up.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she's still concussed.
No, like Cooper was down. Daryl had killed at least one person. Showed Valentina with her harpoon, and I complimented that.
Yeah.
And then like some more people got killed between Daryl and Valentina, and then it showed Carol picking something up off the ground.
Dang. Yeah, I didn't even notice that it took that long for her. But yeah, yeah, you like that harpoon gun, huh?
Something different.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if we've ever seen that before. I feel like we. Oh, we. What I was thinking of was Oceanside. They had like they're probably like not as intense.
No, Oceanside.
Kind
We
of.
saw Oceanside like 15 times.
Yeah, but they had like there was like that whole storyline in season 9 where like with Rick and somebody killed one of the saviors and they're like what's the wound kind of thing and it was one of the like harpoon
Oh,
bolts or something.
I don't know.
But I feel like they're those were like weak harpoons, like not as intense as the one that Valentina has here. Um, so yeah, Daryl puts Cooper down. At the same time, we have these barbarians attack Soles Del Mar. They hear Daryl and Carol and them hear the warning bells and walk back.
They walk back.
Yeah, we get a shot of them walking down the road. They're walking back, and they're literally walking. They're not running. They're walking.
And they
Um,
get there before they breach the gate.
yeah, it must not be that far. But one thing I did want to compliment here is they added to my love for Daryl having this gun by giving him like a back holster for it. I thought that was badass. Like he pulled it like a sword off of his back.
I don't
But
think I noticed that.
yeah, it's a big, it's a long gun holster on his back, and it's pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, use that for the rest of the season. I don't know where the crossbow went. We haven't seen it for a bit, but I'm good with this gun. Um, and then yeah, while they're on the road, they see this truck drive by, and I called it immediately. It had a big tarp on it, but I was like, "Is that a catapult?"
You did say that, yeah.
Yeah. So Daryl and Carol get to the front gate where all this action is going down, and then we have a one of the vehicles ram through the gates, and I was getting like major Nest Siege vibes from like the mid season of season 2.
Mm.
Like they're just like pouring in. I know the other one was like insane walkers, but yeah, these were people, but it felt
Yeah, but
like
they were crazy looking people.
they were crazy, and it was like they were like running all over like the stairs and everything, and up and around, and it kind of felt like the same.
Same vibe.
Like not it's not the same location, but it's a city on a hill kind of thing. Like it's a fortified city and kind of similar, like castle-ish almost,
Mm.
and a bunch of running around in there. Um, so yeah, we get a bunch of fighting, using all kinds of weapons, spears, guns. One of the barbarians does like a beta slam on one of these guys, like picks him up, slams him into the ground. Uh, uh, and then Roberto runs into a building, and a bunch of barbarians run in there as well. And
Get that wimpy guy.
so yeah, so Paz grabs her whip. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun,
we got
dun,
some
dun.
serious Indiana Jones whip sound effects.
Whoosh. It was like yeah, it was a major whip sound effect, and then we saw it like wrap around whatever weapon or guy or whatever, and she like
The
pulls them away, and
The whip sound effect just seemed like quite intensely loud for the whip that it was.
Yeah.
'Cause that was the excessive whip noise.
I think this is probably her I wanna say, like, this is probably her cooler moment that could have been cooler.
Because it
Like
wasn't gay.
yeah, but, like, I thought it was cool because, like, she used this whip and everything, and then she, like, turned around and used, like, throwing knives as well, and I thought, like, whenever they do, like, a combo with multiple weapons, when a character does that, I just like it. I like them mixing it up and doing stuff like that, but it could have been cooler because they barely showed the whip.
She used it once, that was enough.
No, but, like, you didn't get it was like they worked around actually using the whip for this action. Like, you
Yeah.
see her, like, kinda, like,
Yeah.
raise or something, and then you just get, like, a close-up shot of it, like, wrapping around whatever it is and it going away, like
And the
yeah, and a big sound effect to try to distract you from that, but, um, also kinda silly, I guess. Using a whip was a little silly.
dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Uh,
She shoulda wrapped the whip around whatever weapon it was, pulled it back and said, "This belongs in a museum."
yeah, she probably could've with, like, one of those masks.
Yeah.
"This belongs in a museum." But yeah, so then we get, just a bunch of fighting. And there is a
Honorable mention to
yep.
whatever big guy had a baby doll necklace.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of these wild guys had a baby doll head on a necklace.
Shout out to baby doll necklace
It was
guy.
out of the ordinary because everything else was like bones and feathers and straw and stuff, but then there was just a baby doll necklace.
I mean, that would scare you.
Yeah, but it's not.
To strike fear into
This
your
isn't
heart.
like deer bones.
But, yeah, so what we get this was also a little strangely choreographed, I think, but, there's this barbarian stabbing some guy that's laying in someone else's lap, and then Fede comes up and, like, kicks him.
You need to go, run away! And he
Yeah.
waits for him to finish talking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's, like, helping the guy, but the barbarian's, like, just sitting next to him, and it's just, like, very slow, like, they're waiting for them to do their things, and
Yeah.
then yeah, but he gets up, like, kicks Fede, and then slams him against a wall, and then stabs him, and,
They cut through that too. They didn't show him getting stabbed against the wall. They like
yeah,
switched
I
the
think I
camera
think they got
around.
it. I watched it again. It looks like they did kinda show it. It was shot, like, back farther back. I don't know, it was kinda harder to see, but
Mm.
they they got it somewhat. But yeah, so he gets stabbed and, I think it's Carol that takes him out, the barbarian. Uh, but then, like, we hard cut to night.
Yeah, like it
Like
was day and now it's like 8 o'clock in the evening. The sun is fully down, but you've got like some of the brightness still in the sky. You can't see a
yeah.
sunset anywhere. It's nighttime, but there's still a little bit of a brightness. And it's the immediate continuation of the scene.
Oh, yeah.
Her Carol
Well,
and
it's not it does go to somebody else,
okay, but
but it's like
they're still walking across the courtyard,
yeah,
and all of a sudden we've gone from like 5:30 to 8 o'clock,
yeah.
and I would like an explanation.
I went back and rewatched it
Yeah.
to even check if it was, like, a commercial break or anything, like, if it paused black for any amount of time, and it didn't. It went straight to the next scene, and it even had music overlapping both scenes.
Oh, so the
So it was
music is
like
showing that it's continuous as well.
yeah, yeah, like, it was
They couldn't have
they
lit the
just went
set.
straight to night. Yeah, so, kind of a weird decision there. Like I said when it happened, it feels like they had an allotted amount of time to film this, and they're like, "We can't waste another day. We've lost sunlight. Let's just start filming at night." Like,
No one will know.
no one will know. It's fine. Um,
Especially if we keep doing it.
yeah, because they go like they cut to even more like darker
Then we go
night.
from 8 to 11.
Yeah. Um, then it gets a little quiet for a little bit, and they're kind of like, "What's going on?" And then we get the catapult, um, which is up on a hill, and we get flaming walkers getting catapulted into the town, which is I assume is the nets that we saw in the first episode. That's
They're gathering supplies.
yeah, that's their those are their cannonballs, their flaming cannonballs. Um, but this was cool. I liked to see some walkers getting a focus.
How did the walkers not get too fatally injured? How are they in one
I
piece
don't
all
know
getting up walking
because you
around?
saw arms and like heads and stuff like falling to the ground when it hit the truck.
Yeah,
The big mass, like there was like arms and hands and heads
how
and
did it
stuff.
not, like, yeah, just be a soggy, flaming ball?
I get maybe the ones on the inside were insulated from the ones on the
Ew.
outside.
Oh, no. Just seemed like they all made it.
Yeah, too many of them made it for sure. That was a very long distance to throw them. Um, so yeah, they start fighting these flaming walkers. We get more action with Daryl with that gun, man. Um, then we have more barbarians attacking while they're trying to handle these flaming walkers. Uh, Daryl runs out on his cool Western gun, and Carol throws him like a freaking World War II side clip gun, uh, which I liked. I liked that gun. It was cool. And then Fede brings out his big like crank
I liked
metal
that, the cranking one.
minigun or whatever. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. That felt pretty Western as well. That was
That didn't feel
to me.
Western to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lone Ranger. They do that at the like towards the end of the movie. When they have it set up on the train and like the Indians are they like kill all the
I
Indians or
don't
something.
remember. I
But
believe you, but I don't
yeah,
remember.
yeah. So, but it's a cool gun. It is a cool gun. But the one that was next to it, I thought was kind of weird. It was like this big thing with holes in it, and I guess it like shot spears or something.
Yeah, something
I
like
don't know
that.
what that was.
Because they
It's
didn't
a,
explode.
it's a little Fear the Walking Dead for you, or um, season 11 with the bottle rockets.
But at least they popped.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, after all the fighting's over, Roberto kind of screams at Fede in the middle of everybody, like, "Why do we send the girls away?"
Fede's like, listen, kid, I've been stabbed.
Yeah,
You're embarrassing me in front of everyone.
I'm exhausted, man.
Stop. I just had used this pedal gun.
Give me a break. Uh, yeah, Fede says they wouldn't have survived without the guns. Um, yeah. Oh, they also caught Nandor.
Yeah. And then they caught Nandor the Relentless.
Yes, they did. We got Guillermo. We got Nandor.
I'm waiting for Nadia.
This is just what we do in the Shadows season 7. So, but yeah, so they start an interrogation with Nandor. Fede interrogates him. They call themselves Primitavos, which is
The
the
primitives.
primitives, killing it.
We've
Um,
got.
and he says, this guy says, Nandor says, they serve no one. Um, what do you think about them maybe being part of El Alcazar?
I could believe it.
to maybe like this is what I was thinking is like maybe they get sent to like make these communities feel like they need the protection
Yeah,
to
if
like
there's someone that seems like they might be slipping, they
yeah
involve them and give them I don't know what. And
something
maybe not everyone knows, but
yeah.
we'll give you more weird bones and baby dolls if you
We got so many animals that we can kill to give you bones. Okay,
fresh bones.
fresh bones, and they seem like they would enjoy meat from the animals too. They seem like they'd be crazy tearing at that stuff with their bone masks on. I don't know. Um. So yeah. Then we hear somebody's getting away in one of the vehicles. Daryl gets on a motorcycle for the first time this season, which I'm I'm excited
It
for.
looked more like a delivery man bike.
Yeah, he's had some different kinds of bikes throughout his time in the apocalypse, and I'm just glad to see him on a bike again. Um, but he like just drives down the street on it.
Yeah,
So
casually.
yeah, then he gets off.
Another person rides the horse down and then gets off.
Yeah,
Why? Why? Why?
ah. um, yeah. So they see this vehicle coming down. They got Daryl and this other guy have their guns up. Daryl realizes it's Roberto, and he drops his gun, and the other guy's like still aiming, like he's gonna shoot him, and Daryl stops him.
Daryl's like, oh, it's Roberto.
Yeah,
Hey, I said it's Roberto.
yeah. But yeah, so then this guy goes running back to Fede.
He didn't let me shoot Roberto.
Daryl walks up, and then Fede is all mad at Daryl, and Daryl says that he was gonna shoot Roberto, and the other guy's like, I was gonna shoot the tires, and Fede's like, he was gonna shoot the tires.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Um, Antonio says that he'll go get Roberto, um, and Carol's gonna go too. Carol wants to go as
And
well.
now Daryl has to go.
Yeah, Daryl's just sitting around, and then he's waiting to. I guess he was waiting to see if she would actually go because he waited till the last second. He's
Yeah,
like,
obviously she's not going on her own.
uh, but yeah, Daryl says that like he basically thinks Carol should let Roberto go do whatever he's gonna do. He's leave him alone, let it play out. Um, but yeah, then so we got Antonio and Carol in the truck, and Daryl on the bike, and just one shot. They come over. I think it's like a bridge. I think it's a bridge, but it's at night. It's a forest. I got major vibes from uh, season 2 of The Walking Dead of them leaving the farm. It just like looked like that to me, like little convoys leaving, and I just got some season 2 vibes there. Um, then we go to Justina in the woods. She says to one of the guys that she's with there, she just says, "I'll be right back." So I guess she can walk off whenever she wants. Um, but
She volunteered
she goes over and pets a horse,
that she's
and
totally not going to steal.
but then she sees a figure out in the forest there. Um, then we cut back to Fede, and he takes Nandor and says that he needs to fight to live. He's not just going to straight up kill him, but he chains him up down by the walkers, and then they let the walkers out, and it seems like he just dies immediately. Like there's no fighting sounds. It's just
Immediately screaming. What was that?
let me do it for you again.
Okay.
That's what happened. Um, Then we go back to Daryl and Carol and Antonio on the hunt, and they come to like a fork in a row in a road, and Daryl says the tracks go both ways. Carol's like, "Which way?" That way, Daryl
I love
says.
that.
uh, uh, yeah. Then they find a crashed vehicle and the compass necklace that Roberto gave to Jacinda.
Justina.
Justina, sorry. Yeah, and we get like some like little flashbacks of what was happening, which I thought was kind of weird. I guess they kind of wanted to show it, but it still felt a little confusing because of how dark it was.
Just wait till next episode, guys.
Yeah, but yeah, just show it next episode.
Open with it next
Yeah,
episode.
make that the opener, and then yeah. But yeah, that's the end of episode 4. What do you think of the first 4 episodes of Daryl Dixon season 3 overall?
Daryl's being a jerk. Carol needs to let them move along. But I enjoyed this setting. I don't know. I mean, I still don't feel that the main characters are super deeply rooted in anything that's going on. Like,
Yeah,
they are just our excuse to see what goes on in this community.
yeah, and that's what I kind of like about this so far with Daryl is that it doesn't feel that rooted, and he like knows it kind of like that character is trying to leave. Like he's very much trying to leave. He doesn't want to get involved. He doesn't want to go through it again. It's Carol that's getting involved, and I feel like she is starting to get rooted there. Like especially with Antonio.
Yeah, but like, why? What's the point?
I don't know. I
I'm getting annoyed because I know that they're not really even going to get on the road until the end of this season.
well, we know that season 4 is the final season, so it's probably going to be season 4 before they even get start making their way over to America
That's what
or
I'm saying. Like, I
whatever,
know
you
that
know?
we're stuck here.
Yeah.
And how are we getting from here to America in, another 8 episodes?
Right.
Or, 12?
Yeah, it's
And then what? They're literally just gonna like arrive and be like, "We're on the shores. Let's go to New York and see
let's go
what
to New
Maggie and
York.
Negan are up to."
I'm pretty sure. I think that's too far ahead, but
You
that
don't know
city is
there could be a
set.
time skip.
Maybe, yeah, they might do that.
Daryl, we've been wandering for a decade. And then they get back and Rick has left again.
Oh,
Rick was here, you missed him.
you missed it. That would be so aggravating. My goodness.
But
Uh,
Morgan's back. He's looking for Rick too. You guys can go out
Morgan's
together and have the Daryl and Morgan show.
anything but Rick. Well, actually, there are some, some news.
There are some news.
There are some news. Uh, Andrew Lincoln had an interview about something recently where I forgot what he said exactly, but it was basically hinting at that he is in talks of doing something Walking Dead. Like he's having conversations. So it could be a long way out, but we might get him again soon, which would be great. But another little tidbit before we go, we still got to do comments as well. But fun thing for me, as this episode goes up, I am probably on a plane or there in Atlanta, Georgia already. But I'm gonna go see the filming locations for The Walking Dead, and I'm super pumped about it.
Don't forget about your wife and child
Okay, I won't.
while
What
you're
is
living
this?
living it up in the city.
Living it up in the city. No, I'm very excited to go see it. Should be seeing Woodbury and Alexandria, so that'll be really cool, and I'm excited to talk about it on our next Daryl Dixon episode, which will be on Halloween, actually. So look forward to that. Comments. We got one from Blade Runner at Lost Replicant on Threads, and it's not really a comment; it's just a GIF. Um, I asked for what do we think of the first 4 episodes of Daryl Dixon, and Blade Runner here sent a GIF of Rambo, 2 thumbs up, Rambo, and he's like very dirty. He kind of reminded me of Daryl. So
The people are liking it. The one people.
the one people. Um, yeah, I haven't seen a lot. I don't know. I mean, Walking Dead has been going for so long. I totally understand people not being into it anymore. But yeah, the haven't seen a lot of stuff for Walking Dead on Threads at least. But yeah, you got anything else for Daryl Dixon season 3?
No.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. If you'd like to leave your thoughts on Daryl Dixon season 3, episodes 1 through 4, or on Eyes of Wakanda and Marvel Zombies, which will be our next episode's focus, you can do so on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, X, or our Threads accounts. All named To Ghost Review. We'd love to hear and discuss your thoughts on our next episode. Threads is where most of the action is happening and where you can see our thoughts on the world of pop culture in between episodes. We will also have a poll up for this episode the day it comes out. Polls can be found on Instagram and Threads for 24 hours and on Spotify for a week. New episodes drop every other Friday. If you enjoyed this episode, we would be very grateful if you left us a 5-star rating on Spotify. Again, thank you all for listening to our ramblings and rants, and we will see you all next time.